It seems like I dug myself into this one. Now, to be completely honest, I wanted to do this. I posted a poll on Google+. Everyone who follows me spoke their opinion, and I'm trying my best to honor it, but to be honest, this one's difficult. G'day everybody, I'm the Fizz Seyz, and today we are going to be reviewing Pokken, the Pokemon Tekken crossover for the Nintendo Switch and Wii U. I do want to say right away that I am not qualified for this. Whenever I posted the poll for Pokken versus Mario plus Rabbids, I was thinking to myself that maybe I could try to branch out and try new things, because I'm a heavy platformer guy. I enjoy puzzle games. I enjoy adventure and action games, and the occasional FPS from time to time. But fighting games are just not my forte, so I'm really not qualified to review this video to its extent. I just don't have a lot of fighting game experience, but I did promise a video, so I am going to try to do as best I can with what little I was able to get out of this game. So, even though I didn't exactly enjoy it, I did try to play every inch that I could with the amount of time I had, because as of recently, my life has just kind of gotten a little hectic. So, I apologize if this seems rushed. I really didn't want this to be rushed. I really wanted to try my best and give you guys an amazing video, because I know you were expecting it for a while, but just a lot of things have been going on, but I'm going to try my best. First things first is the gameplay. It's a fighting game. I'm not sure what you would actually expect. The gameplay consists of combat with a Pokemon of your choice. Each Pokemon has different attributes and moves that expand into unique combos, as you'd expect from any normal fighting game. You could choose all different kinds of Pokemon, from Pikachu Libre for some reason, was it Gengar, Charizard, Darkrai, Mewtwo. You could choose all different kinds. All of them have so many different attributes. Some of them are physically stronger, some of them are faster, some require a bit more finesse to use, some of them are just standard characters, but they're all different, kind of just what you'd expect from a normal fighting game. Outside of the different Pokemon that you can choose to fight with, you can also choose a set of 2 support Pokemon that support you in some way, as the name suggests. Some will buff your attack and defense, while others will nerf your enemy's attacks and defense, or anything else in some kind of way. Some will even do damage or slow down your enemies / hold them still, that way they are open to your attacks. A lot of them are useful, and they've all got different kinds of mixed matched ones, so picking them and the Pokemon that you're using them is a mix and match of your kind, just to really fit your kind of playstyle. Now, during combat, you can switch between 2 separate planes of combat. In an action called Phase Shift, you can switch between these phases while fighting by either grabbing your opponent or hitting them with a really powerful combo. The more open phase will allow you to run around the ring and hit your enemy with projectile attacks from a distance while grabbing little orbs to increase your synergy gauge. That's something we'll get back to. Moving into a more closed phase will restrict you to a 2D plane where you can move back and forth and deal some real damage close up with melee attacks. This is something that I found to be core and I think a bit unique to Pokken versus Tekken, but it's a bit difficult to pull off. Sometimes, pretty much always with a grab attack, you can phase shift, but it's not always clear how powerful of an attack you need to pull off, or how long or strong of a combo you have to pull off in order to execute a phase shift. It's something that is a bit strange and a little lanky for my taste, but I'm sure maybe I'm just not very good at it. It could just be completely my fault. As I had mentioned earlier, you can fill up your synergy gauge to unleash your specific Pokemon super attack, as well as get a boost in strength, speed, or stamina for a certain period of time based on the Pokemon. Now, these are mostly cinematic, and you do have to make sure you have an opening before executing the attack, but generally it'll take out a giant chunk of damage of your enemy's health, and it's actually really, really useful, so always try to work towards building up that gauge. The maps aren't too different from each other. All of them have an oval-esque shape, with only slightly difference between being how wide they are, and generally their visuals. Some of the NPCs seem to be a bit too static for my taste, the ones that sit around in the background, because they don't really have any diverse animations, which kind of fight against the fact that the map is trying to be set in a realistic Pokemon world. It's a bit jarring to me. It's a little strange and awkward. Now, this is just my personal taste. A person will always feel different based on music compared to me, because music is a super subjective thing. But personally, the music to me, not great. I actually can't even remember any of the tunes right now, and I played a great deal of the game, but I can't remember any of the tunes to any of the stages. I can't remember the tunes to the menus or the theme. I can't remember any of them, which is really strange for me because Pokemon music is generally really great and not easy to forget. So it was a little disappointing for me, to be honest. And this is the part where I feel really kind of guilty because we're trying to get into the story and another section of the online part of the game. I really didn't play too much of the story mode. I couldn't get into it too much, considering it was kind of just appearing to be the same thing. There didn't actually the game doesn't present itself to have a story, but it just, from what little I did play in the single player mode, it's just kind of the same repetitive thing over and over of fighting through the ranks of a uh, tier and then doing a tournament and then fighting through the ranks in the next tier and then doing a tournament and then just over and over again. Now, there might have been some events in between because I personally don't know, there may have been, but I didn't really ever get to see any of that because I couldn't get into it. I didn't have the time to sit down and do this. I didn't enjoy myself while doing so because it kind of just felt a little bit repetitive, to be honest. But I'm probably going to look it up and just get into the story a bit later, but I mean, personally, but I don't know a whole lot of story. And the same thing is with the online play. I can't speak a whole lot about that because I didn't have the time to get into the online play. There is no one for me to really play online except with a bunch of random people. And this is just kind of one of those games that you're going to want to play with friends, it felt like. You're either going to be playing competitively, which isn't my style, or you're going to be playing with friends. And I personally didn't have any friends to play Pokken with. The ones I did have just couldn't make the time to, so I do apologize for that. I can't say too much about the story or the online features of the game. I'm pretty sure they're fine. The story is probably nothing to write home about at all, and I'm sure the online features is fine considering the Switch appears to be doing pretty well in terms of the online features, even the Wii U, but I do apologize. It's just something I wasn't able to get into. Like I said before, I do honestly feel really bad. I wanted to make this review a lot better than I could have, but to be honest, I'm not very good at fighting games. I can't really even give this game a objective score like I would normally with my reviews, but to give it a subjective score, I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10, but to be honest, I can't. I honestly just really feel bad. But anyway, after this, the next video will be a Mario Odyssey review, followed by a Mario vs. Sonic video, and after that, I have a Warframe review, which will be actually live streamed. Oh, actually, well, never mind. The Warframe review will come first because I'm doing that this weekend. I won't have the Mario Odyssey review out until next week, but that's going to be live stream on my Twitch channel. You can find a link to that down in the description below. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.